Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Buer taking a look back for our Kentucky Derby prep recap segment of the Withers Stakes. Going a mile and an eighth at Aqueduct on Saturday, February the 1st. They break from the gate. Keep an eye on the 2 Monday Morning Quarterback. He's expected to be on the lead. Well, he's not on the lead now, Mike. He missed it.
Yeah, he took a pretty good bump from the horse to his inside there and just wound up getting outrun early. I thought after that, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, I thought his rider kind of did what he could do. He didn't really rush him. I thought maybe rushing him would have been a mistake, and he didn't really do that.
Are you surprised right here that Louis Saez on the number 5 Shotsky is intent on making the lead? He did go gate to wire and winning the Remsen in his 2-year-old finale, but it looked like he had an opportunity to sit just off the pace, and Louis just wanted to grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he had to do that. I don't know that it was such a bad idea either at the end of the day, Dan, but he did seem pretty intent on the lead. He gets it, and he's actually, he's under some pressure up there most of this trip. He actually runs very well in here.
Let's watch the 2 again, Monday Morning Quarterback. After that awful start behind the 8 ball, he's now advancing in between horses with an early run. This trip just hasn't worked out for him thus far, and it's not over just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you think he had a bad trip in here, and I think he didn't get a good one. But I don't know what the rider really could have done. He's on the move here. He's not getting stopped. Listen, the winner of the race is right to his outside. I mean, they basically got similar trips in this race, except Monday Morning QB got bumped at the start and left himself out of position.
4 wide bid for the eventual winner, Max Player, and Dylan Davis kept him in the clear. This is a horse that's very green. He doesn't seem to like the kickback. Dylan made sure to keep him on the outside, and this horse has always shown a little bit of talent, Mike, and I like the way he finished this race off. A lot more focus here.
Yeah, and it really does seem like distance is key for him, doesn't it, Dan? I mean, he's just going to outfinish these horses. He's going to stay better through the last furlong of this race, and he's actually going away at the end, and he's doing all this after basically carrying all the ground in this race. He was 4 wide for most of this race, and he still had a pretty strong finish.
And just consider it was only his 3rd lifetime start. He was going a mile and an eighth, taking a big step up in class. This was a nice effort. 86 Beyer speed figure for Max Player, trained by Linda Rice, who says the Wood Memorial is next on April the 4th. She does not want to turn Max Player back in distance. For the next prep in New York, the Gotham, she wants to run this horse a mile and an eighth and will give him an opportunity to do so in the Wood. This is a horse by Honor Code, a very exciting young stallion. We expect the Honor Codes to start doing well this time of the year, Mike, as they've matured through their 2-year-old season and are getting an opportunity to stretch out in distance.
It does seem like that's going to be key, and that's certainly been all about what this horse is all about. I think Linda Rice knew that early on. She ran him his first 2 times out at Parks just because she wanted to get him long in around 2 turns, and it's worked out very well for them.
This is a $150,000 yearling buyback, the 4th black type earner produced by the Not For Love dam Fools in Love, and that dam's a half to International Star, who won the Louisiana Derby. So Max Player certainly has pedigree, and not only the pedigree, he's proven at a mile and an eighth. He seems like he wants to go all day long. Is there more to give? He obviously will have to show more, often only an 86 Beyer speed figure, but you gotta like the projection thus far. 3 starts, and he's gone forward in each and every one.
Yeah, I do think there may be more to come for him because he has run really well in all 3 of his starts, and he is taking steps forward. As you sort of pointed out earlier, he was green in his first 2 starts, and it didn't seem to be a real problem for him in this race. And if he has more focus and keeps going forward, he's a horse that could make some noise down the line in these distance races.
Let's talk about the runner-up and beaten favorite Shotsky. I thought he ran very well. You saw Louis Saez rush him up to contest the pace, and the horses that were pushing the pace with him early. Prince of Pharaoh's arguably the disappointment of the race at 7-1. He backed up and finished 5th. Vanzi at 13-1 ended up being vanned off the track. New Commission, he finished 5th. Shotsky was the only part of the pace fighting it out to the wire, and he was fighting in the stretch. He was trying very, very hard. He just was tired from his early efforts. Do I think he's a Kentucky Derby contender? No, but I think he could be a very useful horse.
Yeah, he's a nice horse. He's run well. He's another horse. He's basically run well in all of his starts. He ran well again here. You're right in that, the horses that were pushing him on the pace were nowhere at the end, but they were all longer prices. So I'm not sure what it really means. But listen, he never got a breather in this race. He would not give it up through the stretch. The horse that beat him just outstayed him in the last eighth of a mile, but this horse did very well to be second best.
We didn't get a chance to talk about Porthos during the race replay. He was the gray lingering near the back of the pack and coming with a good solid run to finish third. And I think the concern was, is this horse kind of a plotter that he just wants to run all day long, and he ran on at the end of this race. Some people I've been talking to are already saying, well, he's a Belmont horse. Well, let's get him through his non-winners at 2 Life first. But this horse does have a lot of stamina. I just wonder if his lack of early speed might work against him.
Yeah, he's a Belmont horse code for he's a slow horse, because that's what this horse is right now. He just doesn't have any speed at all. Trailed this field up the backstretch. He was never a factor in this race at all. He had no impact on it, but he did stay on well and get up for third at the end. I don't think he ran the third best race, though.
And we saw Monday Morning QB give a very game performance in his first start, stretching all the way out off a victory in the Heft Stakes at Laurel, going 7 furlongs, bumped at the start, rushed up in between, wide bit into the turn, still hangs on his left lead, which is a little bit problematic. I think this race probably was good enough for the connections to give him another try. I think he would probably fit turning back in a race like the Gotham, but I think he could be a nice sprinter down the road in the second half of this season.
I agree with you. I think he's pretty talented. The fact that he was on his wrong lead again probably is a bad sign for him. But overall, the trip wasn't a perfect one for him. He was still right there in the mix, down to about mid-stretch. Couldn't get by Shotsky, but nothing wrong with that considering the trip that he had up until that point. I thought this horse ran very well in this race, but he probably wants to go shorter.
But Linda Rice has handled the winner, Max Player, very well. You could tell that this horse was green. She sent him to Parks to get the confidence-boosting win against lesser competition, and he put it all together with a win in the Grade 3 Withers. Next stop for Max Player, the Wood Memorial on April the 4th.